I'm outside my apartment complex playing fetch with my dog. All of a sudden, three cop cars roll up. I immediately call my dog and leash her and run back to my apartment. I realize I'm running late for work. I grab my bike and the tire is flat. I go to my phone and the phone is not working. There's no reception. I play with the jack and clearly the phone is not working. I do what anybody else would do. I take my bike and fill it with air, and then I take the air pump and I put it across my handlebars, and I start my long journey to work. As I'm leaving my apartment complex, there's a line of Hershey Kisses on the ramp out that leads to the street. I take note of that and I cross the intersection and am heading down the road, and there is a county office where I've applied to work as a social worker. And um, when I pass the county office, I notice there's a orange a banana peel sitting in the gutter. I continue on my way, and it's about a 10-mile bike ride. As I'm going up to an intersection, I notice that there's a wrench in the gutter, and I get upset because I realize I left my wrench back at the apartment, and that if I do get a flat, that I'm in deep trouble and will be late to work. However, my bike seems to be okay, and I continue my bike. I make it to the BART station, run down the BART station, put my bike onto the second car that's there, and make it to work on time. Um, when I come to work, I'm working the cash register, and two of my coworkers show up, and they're getting yelled at by my site, my manager, and they come over to me, and one puts his hand on my shoulder and says, "Tim, we need to know right now, are you a chicken or are you a turkey?" This is the kind of banter I'm used to. I scowl and say, "I'm a turkey any day. I'd never be a chicken." And the other one looks at me and says, "Chocolate, chocolate." When my two coworkers are done talking to me, I go to work. And I'm working the day. I get a police officer come to me and order turkey. As I'm slicing his turkey, he pulls out a badge and shows me the badge. I see the badge, I give him his turkey, and he goes over and starts talking to my manager. My manager comes over and says, "Tim, your shirt's wrinkly." I look at my shirt, and it had been raining on the way to work, so it did get a little wrinkly. And he says, "If this happens again, we're going to have to fire you." I'm distressed, but I can complete my 8-hour day of work. Um, Mop the floors, I'm out of there in the dark, and I bike home. And when I finally get home, um, I enter my apartment, and the kitty litter, which is sitting there, has been slashed and spread out over the living room floor. When I go into the hall, the contents of my closet have been emptied into the hallway. And I walk past them, and I go into my room, and I notice my pants have been taken out of the drawers where I have them stored, and um, the brand names have been slashed. So I've had enough at this point, and I go to the housing management company, and I to make a complaint. Somebody's entered my room, and when I get there, I notice the Secret Service woman who was there the day that I took the apartment, who guaranteed me I'd experienced no crime while I was there, which is not proved out to be true in the least, is there. And when I see her, I shrink as the manager is telling me that it was my uncle who entered the apartment. He has a right to do so because um, he co-signed on the apartment. So I slink away and walk back to my apartment. I get on the phone to call my mom, and I say something along the lines of, "The chickens are coming home to roost. The pigs are in the pasture and they're harassing me. Mom, can I please have a car so that I can get home, so I can get to work without this long commute?" And my mom gets upset at me and says I'm sick because I'm talking to her in word salad.